Yeah, we're live.
We are live. How you doing?
I'm good, Jack. So?
Right, 0 viewers. Do you know why? Maybe 1 because I'm watching it, right? Maybe 2 if you put yours on too. So now I've got a YouTube link, which I didn't know I could get before, right? Yeah. I'm going to throw that into a few groups. So this is going to be a little bit bitty and a little bit to start with, because this is the first time I've ever used Streamyard, and I'm using Mickey Mouse Cat as my test subject. Right, Mickey, if you want to use that link to send to any groups you're in.
Where have you sent that?
I'm sending it to a few of my WhatsApp groups.
Okay. Actually, I might send it to some of my WhatsApp groups.
Well, there you go. So, like I say, going to go live with Mickey Mouse Cat for a test stream.
Whether they'll listen, I don't know. I've never sent them a live stream before. I know who I'll send it to.
Please come and tickle the like. Okay. Tickle the like button. Right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Jump in the house as the prince gets to it. Because the crowd went, oh.
Boom, boom, shake the room.
Yeah, that was a fucking. I was dancing to that at I was dancing to that fucking school discos, lad.
Yeah, I think by the time I was a bit older and
you got 10 on me, ain't you?
Yeah.
Midweek flannel. There we go. Right, share.
Well, I've shared it with a couple of my WhatsApp groups. Whether or not they'll come. Well, what's it now? Nearly 7 o'clock. They're probably sitting there eating their dinner.
That's all right. Me and you could just have a chat because, like I said, this is the first time we've ever done it, so it's more just like a learning curve, really, just to see how it all fucking works, like, you know.
Yeah, that's cool.
And I'm going to see if I can not swear as much because I do like a swear.
Yeah, that's my problem as well. Not so much when I'm talking. I don't know. Yeah, I think when I've been on previous streams with you, I've got a little bit boisterous and a bit heated.
Got a little bit sweary.
Yeah.
And I hate that word. That's such a boomer word, isn't it? You know, like when people put in their ex bios.
Yeah.
Boomer can get a bit sweary.
It's sort of, it comes from being at work when I'm relaxed, when I'm usually at work or used to be at work, and you're working on building sites. It's like every 4th word, isn't it? But
yeah.
Like that.
What do you even call words that are like every 4th word? Is there like a word for them? Like it's like some sort of filler.
It is, isn't it? You know, like I suppose college people, university people, they say like, don't they? It's like every other word, isn't it?
Oh yeah, like yeah. I've got 3 in the chat. 3 people in the chat I didn't expect to have in the chat. So hello, you 3. The first 3 to the first stream on my channel, which isn't gonna not gonna do political tonight. We're gonna do like mystery. What would you call it?
Anything that sort of enters our imaginations at the time. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, obviously we've both got similar interests in things like and I can't even pronounce it, but Goblo Tepe and things like that.
Tepe. Yeah. And then there's is it Farrahan Tepe?
Yeah.
Which isn't too far as well. We speak on the phone for hours about this, don't we? Sometimes I get the feeling you're like, my ear's getting hot, I need to go.
Well, no, you know more about it than me in a lot of ways. I mean, I watch. You know, it's like you get on YouTube and you sit there and you watch one. And once you've been looking into that stuff, and I mean, it goes back with me a long time from when I was younger, and I was going out with a person who was into all sorts of like crazy stuff like that. And
what's your witch?
Well, yeah, they all think they are. I don't know when they're younger. And it's all sort of like I bought books on magic and all that. So then I started looking into things like obviously where that goes back to. You go back through Kabbalah, and then that went back to sort of Spain. And then you go back to Egyptian stuff, and then you look at the religions and the belief. When you're younger, you just sort of get that interest. But then, of course, when you're doing all that, you start picking up on all sorts of history. You end up with things like the Rosicrucians, and I've been to parts of south of France where I've gone and looked at the stuff of the Templars and the Cathars and all that sort of thing. So,
well, okay, well, there's a good one then. Let's start about let's do the Templars and the Hospitaliers. Right, and the Chevreaux, they were all Christian knights of old, right? And this, when you say knight, you don't mean like a puffy knight like Elton John, or Sir Gary of Lineker. Right? Weren't they were warrior monks, weren't they?
They were, yeah.
And their whole presence, their whole sort of how they came into presence was to preserve the Christian pilgrims taking the pilgrimage mainly from England, right? And the UK, United Kingdom, wasn't a United Kingdom at the time, but from the land that became the United Kingdom, right?
You had, and I suppose the side of it that interests me was things like the Holy Grail and all that sort of thing. And then you're looking at the Spear of Destiny and all of that sort of side of things, where anything which is to do with either Old Testament or, in the case of Spear of Destiny, I think was that not the spear that the spear that the Roman soldier used to finally finish up Jesus.
JC,
yeah. That's all.
Because who was it that went and begged for his body? See, this is why I can do a little bit of like.
Well, this is when you get right into
it. Was it Japhis? I always get this name wrong. Josephus. No, I always get that name wrong. Who was it?
Arimathea. Joseph of Arimathea, but that
carried Jesus's body.
Well, of course, there's a whole part of his life where he apparently disappeared.
Yeah, Joseph of Arimathea. Which, if you talk to people like John Palmer, he thinks that they. Jesus and all that lot came to England at one point, down like in Devon and Cornwall.
Yeah, I doubt that. But yeah, I know there is that sort of belief system.
Well, if the Romans were crossing that very, very small channel of water, I'm sure you could be a paying passenger.
Yeah, I mean, he would have had.
Well, he would just walk across it though, surely, right? Bath times must have been a nightmare. Just go. I used to put my little girl in the bath, and I'd just be in the next room, and it would only be a very shallow bath, and it's splish, splash, splish, splash. Imagine coming back in it, she's just levitating on it. You'd never get clean like that, would you? No, but
he had the lost years, didn't he? So I suppose you can sort of fill that void with anything, can't we? Really. But yeah, all of that sort of side of things.
Do you believe that those? I tell you what, have you dropped it in the Scrubs lifeboat?
I haven't. No.
I'll do that quickly now.
I thought that would have been the first place that you dropped it in there.
No.
Have we still got anyone? Or they all disappeared?
No. Can you not see the chat?
I can't. No, it's not showing up anything on my chat. I've got. Oh, hold on, comments. Oh yeah, I can now. Oh
there
yeah,
you go.
Oh yeah.
There you go. So
first time I press that button.
Spear of Destiny, right? And these other icons. Do you believe that these things exist?
It's like a lot of things. What I tend to do is there's no with all of this stuff. I tend to just put it up on a little shelf and say, right, when a little bit more harder evidence comes along. I find it hard to actually believe in anything. They're just factoids, or they're bits of information. Because I tend to like the stuff that's a little bit more out there and away from the mainstream. I suppose what it is with the mainstream is that so many things I've become to distrust so many things that I'm told that I then wonder what else they're lying to us about, or what else has been hidden from us. I mean, let's face it. I mean, what they tell us about where we come from and how old our societies are, and we're out of Africa and things like that. So much of that is argued against, and when you tend to be since YouTube's been about, you get all these sort of everybody's an expert, or you get these guys that have really studied it, and they come out with something totally different. And there's so many different contriving views on everything, and it's all about you trying to work out if you want to believe that person enough. So what I tend to do is, as I said, I just take that information, I put it to one side, I'll study it, look into it. I won't necessarily believe it. It has to do a hell of a lot more to prove it to become the truth. What is the truth?
Have you ever been that person? I have, and I'll admit it, that any new person of knowledge, say Jordan Maxwell, perfect example.
Yeah.
I went down the Jordan Maxwell rabbit hole, and there was nothing he could say that I didn't believe. But I've since learned that he was a known fraudster.
Yeah.
And he was an expert in that neural linguistic programming.
Right.
Where it would be, he would say the same things without being repetitive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he was the one who break down all the words. When people break down all the words and then make a different meaning out of them.
Well, you only have to find out somewhere down the line they work for the CIA or something like that, and straight away.
Absolutely. We've got 10 in the chat. 10 in the chat. Give us a like. First ever stream on my channel, and there will be plenty more coming once I've worked out a good schedule that I don't clash with other people and stuff. But I thought I'd give where are we? Wednesday. Wednesday wouldn't be a bad night, would it? It breaks mine and Rags's up right in the middle, doesn't it?
There's not a lot going on a Wednesday, is there, really?
No.
Things don't start hotting up.
It's good to see you, John Palmer, Jared, Louise, Refuse Nick, Sean, loads of people from, pretty much everyone from the Rags and Jack stream. So, Ams, good to show you all four. And the thing is, me and Rags have just watched all four of them. Oi, Mouse Cat, I had a dream about you and Mrs. Me in it last night.
Oh, yeah. Go on, John.
Let me just take the top off because I'm getting hot.
John Palmer had a dream about us last night.
Oh, was it
I've got my slightly spicy t-shirt on today. Can you spot why it's spicy?
Resistance, honour and loyalty.
Can you see what the symbol is behind it?
Oh, yes. The black sun, is that not?
I'm a son, lad.
No.
Hello, Mrs. Me in it. It's bloody good to see you.
That's all right. She's demoted to the other room tonight.
Yeah.
Although I'm saying there's been a few people when I've been on streams, and they've actually been. I'll tell you something you should get on as well. A good one, Illuminatus.
He's on. He's coming on the 8th of June.
Oh, good, because he knows.
We talk about all of his new books, and also with the conversation we had the other night where you said he's the fucking master of battle strategy.
Yeah.
So I want to pick his brains about that as well.
And obviously the heraldry as well. So I mean that's where I've got to talk to him a little bit more about that, because obviously with him being out in France and me and Claire going out to places like Carcassonne.
You'll be on the same landmass.
Yeah, well, we used to go there a lot, and I could, we used to look at all the different cars, because France has got some beautiful, amazing cars. Obviously, English. Cars, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah,
very interesting. And it was the Pope that got rid of them because they were far richer than them.
I know.
So they killed them all, and they cut off their knobs.
I didn't know that bit. I didn't know that bit.
What did they wear them around the neck, like a little necklace?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, they killed them all.
Mrs. Me, I'll get you on one night on your own. Mickey can set it up, and you can come on your own, and you can give me a spooky stream. All right?
Yeah.
You're a very brave man.
Yeah, you won't get there. Yeah, I hope you got enough Streamyard time.
No, don't worry about that. I'll pay for extra if I have to.
All
Good
right.
to see you, and I'm glad. Oh no, Mickey told me about the fact that you've done all you jumped through all your bloody hoops. You went to the fucking 1970s Cuban fucking embassy, and then they changed the rules at the last bloody minute.
Oh, I know. Now we've got a bit apostolized and notarized, and I just said, just put us in the room, and you can tell we're married for 31 years because we are going to fuck out of each other.
Yeah.
Oops, I'm not meant to swear.
Not swearing on this.
No, we are, but we're going to try and keep it sort of light.
And Fook. Fook
Yes.
me backwards.
Yeah. So that's all gone back to square one again, and it could be another.
Yeah, it's more work.
Could be another 2 to 3 months before we actually get out there.
So there you go. You want me to bugger off?
Yeah,
now,
go on,
don't you?
you bugger off this one. You get your own one.
You know,
next
I've
time.
got my banana loaf, don't you?
Yeah, sort the banana loaf out. Stop for
Yeah,
me.
but I've got to go zzz. I might do it in the front room.
Oh, God. Oh, bye. Bye.
Yeah. So, do you think those artifacts, then, like Spear of Death, wasn't it recently they said about the listen, I'm open to it all, right? So, you know, I'm open to it all. But didn't they say recently about the Shroud of Turin? And they're like saying, "Oh, we can't actually tell how this was done. It's either like the most ingenious piece of fraud ever, or it's real. There's two options."
I'd like to go with it being real because it would, you know, he had a good look. If that was his face, and that's the sort of Jesus-y face that I wanted him to look like anyway, so it would fit that one. But
I think it should have been more like, you know, the film Dogma, Buddy Christ.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
We're bringing Catholicism into the 21st century.
That was a weird film. I don't know if I like that.
Oh, I think it's a brilliant
It
film.
was quite clever. It was clever.
It was clever how it brought together all the different sort of layers of the different orders of angels and the different. They even mentioned the shit demon, and you know how that transpired. Is it the Gorgothan? And that was when the people were up on the cross, and they'd empty their bowels, and it would all run down into this pile, and that's where the shit demon comes from. Yeah.
Demon.
Ugly Truth thought the shroud was unwashed towel. Very possibly. Is he still doing his shtick up on the bloody speaker's corner? Is he that geezer? He's a nutter, isn't he?
I did see him probably about a year ago. He was still doing the odd stream, and I never went in on any of them, but I did see that he'd still come up in my sort of algorithm stuff for YouTube. But yeah, I don't know what happened to him. He's a strange character when he seemed yeah. Anyway, we're not doing the political tonight, are we?
No, we're not doing political tonight. I mean, you can't help like rubbing shoulders with it, even with religion. Even talking about bloody Göbekli Tepe, you start talking about the Turkish government and why they want to put blocks on it. You can't really Golgotha. That's it, the Golgotha. Yeah, that's like John Palmer, the shit demon from Jay and Silent Bob. That's from a biblical. That's a biblical thing. So Kevin Smith, the director, he was brought up a hardcore Catholic, wasn't he? So I imagine that sort of stuff would have been in his memories from a kid, having it indoctrinated into you. But yeah, so I've recently on Shitflix, they've put all 4 of the Indiana Joneses up, so we watched them in order. That 4th one, Jesus Christ, excuse me for blaspheming. Right. It went away Area 51 and Roswell, didn't it?
Oh, did it?
Yeah, and it wasn't the Nazis this time. It was, guess who was the enemy this time? The Russians.
Oh, yeah.
Which is how you can tell these films are so still Project Mockingbird and Monarch.
Yeah, there's a lot of politics in these films, isn't there? And you don't really realise. I mean, I think we watched that one with Will Smith in it the other night. You know, the one Independence Day. And obviously watching that now and a lot of the sort of people in it, and, you know, again, don't want to get political, but there were certain people which were represented in it quite a bit. And then obviously you had Will Smith there as well.
Oh, yeah. That was it. It's
the guy out
David.
That's it. With the guy out behind his dad, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Jeff Goldblum, isn't it? Jeff Goldblum. That's
Super
it.
Jew saved the day. That's
Yeah,
right.
that's it. When I was watching it, I was going, oh. But I actually watched the whole thing because I remember when I first went to watch that with my brother. We went as a little team of Claire, my brother, and his girlfriend. And as soon as Will Smith pulled the alien out the thing and smacked it in the gob, my brother,
welcome to Earth, bitch.
My brother went, fuck this, I'm not fuck, we're going.
You know what? Do you remember Wise Guy from back in the day?
Wise guy.
He was part of PA Southwest, really into his Sopranos.
No.
He was the one who taught me the term Jewish power fantasy, and I had never been able to see it, watch a film since he told me that without watching it through the prism of that. And then when I go back and watch it, like I would have never thought when Independence Day first came out, it would have never have crossed my mind.
Well, I didn't see them things then, but no. This is the problem now. I think Devon Sack's done it for me as well, because a lot of the films that I've gone back and looked at since probably 5 years ago, 6 years ago, when was Devon on pre-COVID on YouTube, and since I've gone back and looked at everything, every single film, you could just literally take it apart and go, But that's it really. You got to take what you can.
What was the best film, the last best film that you sat down and from beginning to end, it got you right? Films do have to get me within like a 5-minute window, otherwise this is lackluster. And I know I've probably missed out on some great films by having that attitude.
What sort of genre? Because I can say there was a reasonably good horror film, but it was naff, but it was reasonably good because it was quite gory. I can't remember.
Not like the Saws, because that's not my thing at all.
Well, this wasn't really, but it was just. I think it was because I was on holiday. We was in France. Claire had fallen asleep, and I was sitting there watching it on my iPad. And it's just something I happened to download, and I thought, I'll watch this because we couldn't get any telly out there or nothing like that. So it was a film with a woman's head. Her head, she hangs herself and her head comes off at the end of it. That was quite good, but it was just the way it was done. What was it called? Hereditary. Have you ever seen it?
I don't like shit. Is that's all the jump scare stuff, isn't it?
Well, it sort of wasn't. It wasn't really. It wasn't that. No, it was a little bit different. It was just quite gory. That's all. I thought. I don't like a lot of gore, but it was quite.
Rags watches these films, God bless him, and the whole shtick of the movie is just people being shot to death.
Right. Shot.
Yeah. Like we watched one last night called Shoot 'Em Up, and we watched one called Havoc with Tom Hardy, and it's just people dying in the most unimaginable ways through the end of a shooter. It starts to fucking play on my head.
Well, do you like watching them John Wick sort of films?
No, that's just death.
I've never watched any of them because it's not really my thing. But other people say, "Oh, you've got to see John Wick. You've got to see John Wick." You know?
Yeah, it just doesn't do anything for me. Like I really like clever written. I like sort of as faggy as it might make me sound. I like old fashioned sort of films that make you feel a little bit good after.
Like, for instance, what would you say? Go on.
The last film that did. I'll tell you what. I watched an old film with Billy Connolly in the other night. It was called The Man Who Sued God, and it was about his boat getting wrecked, and the insurance wouldn't pay out on it. And it was just a very light-hearted comedy. There was no death or gore in it. And
no. Well,
what I don't want to do is go to bed with my head full of all the images of people just fucking arms being shot off, and like some like all that Resident Evil zombie films and Resident Evil stuff. I like it when they spoof it. I thought Shaun of the Dead was brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, I did 28 Days Later. I thought that was of all the zombie films. I thought that was quite well done because I didn't like the idea of zombies being able to run that quick. I suppose that's what upset me about that one. But
well, because you always had it in your head, like I should look after me and the wife if they're like that.
Yeah,
I could get my record collection out like they do in Shaun of the Dead. No, that's
That was a good
New Monday, first press.
What was the other one where it was in it, because it's not Hot Fuzz, it was the one afterwards where they End of the World, I think, World's End. You seen that one where they go?
Yeah, and I really thought that let the Cornetto trilogy down.
Did you? Oh, right, okay.
Because I'll tell you what it is, because I had in my image the kind of character Simon Pegg was playing, and at World's End he played an arsehole, didn't he? He
did, yeah.
I didn't get the vibe from that one. Yeah, I thought it was 28 years later is out this year. Truth.
That probably is.
Rapture was a good film.
What was that?
That was the one where all these rich people that were film stars, and they're all having a party, and the world ends, and the demons are coming up.
Have you ever seen that spoof film where it's the Rapture? And
it's all these celebrities like just Jewish celebrities like Jonah Hill and all that. Yeah,
I thought that was funny-ish. It was funny in places.
Yeah, but it was, and they all went up.
It just showed how selfish the bastard.
We are.
Yeah, I tell you what, he's not a he, but I like the guy Danny McBride. Do you know who I'm on about with that? He was in Pineapple Express, and he did a series called Eastbound and Down where he played a basketball player.
Oh, I've not seen that one.
Yeah, that's very good. Watch that. That's on Now TV if you've got that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I mean, I was sort of. I think there's something I really. I did like the original Blade Runner, but I mean, I'm going back a bit, and I did watch the new one, and mainly for the bird in it, who's the French bird, the actress. Claire didn't watch. Claire won't watch any science fiction with me at all.
I'm bassy, am I? I'm bassy. Right, let me turn down my bass. Give me that bass. Luminous, is that better? I did have it up. Right, I did have it up to 11.
Lucy was good.
Bass London.
Yeah, Lucy was quite.
Lucy was good, where she ingests loads.
They're not very clever films, though, are they? You ever seen the one Lucy where she eats that funny blue drug thing and she starts becoming super intelligent and eventually her brain she becomes consciousness itself. So she can control
I wouldn't. If I read the blurb on that, I'd be like, nah.
Oh, it's a good film.
It's not.
It is.
I'll tell you what. When I was about 13, 14, possibly even 15, it was when I was bunking off school. I didn't go to the last 2 years of school. Absolute crap. I used to go around my mate Max's house, and we used to mix up happy hardcore and jungle and that. Right, that was what I wanted to learn about music and stuff, right? But his mum would come home. She was a teacher, and she would come home. But I had the whole thing down. Like, we'd see her little Renault 5 pull up. We're like, go, and I'd be out the back door, over the back fence in one move, because I could do that shit then. Then I'd just sit in the park and wait for him to signal me from the window to come back. But anyway, his older brother used to work at the cinema. The first multiplex we had there, it was a Warner Brothers, and he used to be friends with the guy who did all the fucking what do you call them? The projectors.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And so he had all these VHS tapes, no blurb, just the title of the film, and one of them was From Dusk Till Dawn, right?
Oh, excellent film.
So I watched that film. We watched that film with absolutely no clue what this film was about. We put the tape in, and it starts off like a road movie. They hold up that liquor store. He gets shot through the hand, and he looks for it. We're like, this is going to be a classic Tarantino fucking road movie. And then half an hour later, oh my God. But if you never read the
good thing about that, the characters switch. So you sort of like disliked them at the beginning, and then towards the end of it, they become the hero. Well, he becomes the hero with the girl, because Yeah, she doesn't seem particularly bothered that her whole family's been wiped out. But then, you know, it's a Tarantino. At the end of it, when it hands back to the thing, and it's like an old Mayan temple going off into the
I never watched any of the sequels. Apparently, they were a load of old. I think it went up to 4.
Yeah. But Tarantino films, the music tracks to all of his films are brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, Jackie Brown's got some good music in it.
He's got an ear for picking. Do you know what? Me and my little brother said this. We're both really into our music as well, me and my little brother. And what would be a good challenge, right, is if you took a classic film like, say, Pulp Fiction, right, and you rescored it with different music, just to see how much of a different atmosphere you could put onto it.
Yeah.
Well, that's what
they're using them now, and adverts of Tarantino film music scores mixed on now. I know they're old tracks, but yeah, they're doing it now, and I hear it.
Like the one from the big one from Pulp Fiction. That was all that surf music. That was so like not listened to by the majority of the people.
American like beach music. Well, you had also American 60s, what's called 60s garage band music as well, which I've you know, obviously going back to my mod days, there was always these sort of offshoots of different sorts of music to listen to there. Yeah, all that sort of stuff.
All that. Yeah, I mean, like, I guess the Beach Boys became like popular surf music, didn't it?
You know, I cannot. And I mean, I go surfing birds over the Beach Boys, but I didn't like the Beach Boys. The harmony stuff. It weren't for me. What that sounds like. I used to think, bunch of puffs. But I mean, they had one of them ended up off his nut on acid, didn't he? And sort of never come back properly again.
What, the Beach Boys?
Yeah, one of the Beach Boys.
Yeah, that was it was the one who hung around with fucking Marilyn Manson, Charles Manson.
Possibly, yeah.
And
but you would have thought quite a clean cut sort of, you know, college boy sort of
Dennis Wilson.
Dennis Wilson, that's it.
Yeah. So they just basically plotted up at his house, like for days, just doing. Well, you know, the CIA were giving Charles Manson barrels of acid. So,
which brings it back to that thing, that Laurel Canyon thing again, doesn't it? Someone was talking about that the other day.
Laurel Canyon, what, the murder?
Well, Laurel Canyon was the whole area where, as I think you brought up the other day, you had Jim Morrison's dad was a sea captain or something, general or something like that. Yeah, and you had all these sort of different hippie sort of fuck ups, but obviously musicians, and it was all within a certain area of Laurel Canyon. And you know, that was all that was a hippie sort of thing going on. And
who's I can't remember who was the name of the woman they slaughtered with the baby inside her. She was a famous. It was a famous father's thingy as well, wasn't it? Child.
Somebody with a baby.
Who did they kill? Charles Manson. Murdered.
I think of Rosemary's Baby now. That was quite a good film, but again, 60s one. I don't know that one. I don't know the full story of the Manson thing. I've looked into it a little bit. To me, it was just some guy who was actually quite intelligent, because you've got the other one. Who was the other one who went up and set a cult up in the Jim Summit? He set a cult up in the desert, and a load of hippies went out there. But you had a lot of that sort of thing going on in America at that time, didn't you? And you had
but I think it was all fucking CIA. Sharon Tate, that's it. Who was the father, Lumi? But I think there's a couple of them. I think there's a couple of them still alive. I think, is it Squeaky? There's one called Squeaky, one of his girls. He died, didn't he?
Yeah. Oh, I've got some banana loaf. I won't be eating.
That's it. Roman Polanski. Hello, Toffee, mate. Roman Polanski.
Wasn't he a nonce?
I think that was his baby. But then didn't he like anally rape a 13-year-old or something in a fucking hot tub? And that's why he's still in France to this day, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, they all love him though, don't they? They still love him, don't they?
I know. He's still got all the awards and fucking all that shit. What are you eating? Some nuts?
No, she's bought in some chocolate cake. She keeps making cakes. So I'm on a diet thing, right? But she still keeps making cakes and stuff. It's not for me, it's for someone else. But you know when you get the bit that's cut off around the edge of the cake, you know, like that bit, you know, when she's trying to make a perfect shape, there's that sort of crusty chocolate. She's cut the top.
She's feeding you, isn't she?
I think she likes to, but I just do my own food now, so I just not all the time, but I am doing a lot of it now.
So what kind of a diet are you on? It's just I'm just eating less, or I'm eating better.
I'm eating less. I'm trying to eat just one meal a day.
Yeah.
So I usually eat between about sort of 1 to 2, maybe 3 o'clock at the latest. And I'm either eating sirloin steak or sirloin steak burgers, which they do up there. Great big things they are.
But you can't go into keto, can you, if you're fucking eating cake on top of steak?
I'm not going to eat more of that, but just one little mouthful. But yeah, it is annoying. I found the other day that I did eat some sugar. I found there's some of them little mini eggs, yeah, and I ate about 4 of them and something else as well. Oh yeah, it was a time out or something like that. And I ate that, and by the next morning I was like all hungry and everything. I'm like, fucking, I'm not normally hungry. So it definitely is sugar. It's definitely the trigger for me.
Yeah.
But you're a Labrador.
Yeah, I'm a Labrador now. Go on, go away.
I don't know what the science is behind this, right? But the later I eat at night, yeah, the hungrier I am earlier in the morning.
Yeah, that's a weird one. That used to be with the old Chinese, and you'd have a Chinese late at night.
Yeah, and you'd wake up fucking not just hungry, ravenous.
Yeah, and go back down and eat the cold stuff out of the fridge.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
Anyway,
could also be alcohol that does that. When you're hungover.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, it's full of fucking sugar, isn't it? Says I'm sat here drinking a fucking. What do you call them?
I don't know. What you got there?
It's an old joke.
Beer and cider. What do you call them again?
Snake bite.
Snake bite.
Yeah, you need a bit of blackcurrant to make it snake bite.
No, he doesn't. Well, he doesn't need the extra sugar. Yeah. So go on. Yeah, you was going to say.
Okay. So we went on a bit of a 37-minute tangent then, but that's what this stream's all about, to be fair. Wheels within wheels, right?
Would you do 3 people at a time rather than just 1-on-1? So that, like, if you had someone like Illuminatus in as well, obviously with his knowledge, he's going to fill in any gaps. And he's
right. Okay.
Yes, I would.
So if anyone wants to come in.
I'm not saying this right now. I'm just saying in future.
There's the fucking Streamyard link. Jump in if you want to talk. So India, it's all kicked off. The curry wars have finally kicked off. Them. Yeah,
I don't know. I heard about it last night. Actually, there you go. Illuminatus was the first one to post it on the Scrubs last night. And I think I was literally the next one after him. But yeah, I see the missile attack.
Yeah,
I know it's been going on. Obviously, it's been going on a while. That that whole barrier area there, where
about 50 years.
Where we caused a petition, and then obviously that bit's always been in dispute, and
they're just chatting shit.
Yeah, I forgot the name of the bloody area. What's it called? Kashmir. That's it. So yeah, we got Kashmir there, and
that's always been debated, like fought over that bit of land, isn't it?
Yeah, they've always fought over it. Yeah.
Isn't it like right bang in the middle of fucking since partition, sir?
Yeah.
50% is Indian, 50% of Kashmir is Pakistan.
50% Indian, 50%.
And they've been having a go at each other for years.
Yeah. So. I know. Anyway, yeah. So that's all been kicking
World War II.
I think something happened a little while ago. Some sort of what they call a terrorist attack into India. They've sort of like come across and done something awful over that side, and then the Indians have retaliated last night with this, and then there's been sort of fire across both sides for the last.
I mean, I'm sure you know, and I'm sure everyone in the chat knows, those are 2 nuclear powers.
Yeah, I know. That's the only thing. I don't know how they got them. Somebody brought it up in the chat today, and it's a little bit of knowledge that I know. Well, quite a lot of knowledge that I don't know about, but it's one of those things. I don't know at what point India or Pakistan got there. I presume Russia must have been something to do with it, rather than
Russia. How did that? It always used to blow my mind. It's South Africa that can't maintain a fucking railway. That's got nukes.
Yeah, but the Indians have been putting rockets and satellites up for donkeys now, haven't they? For at least for 10 years now. So they've had.
Oh, who is this? Abdul Ashraf Ding Dong. Hello, sir.
Hello, sir. How are you doing?
It's Japan Palmer, sir.
Chapati.
How you doing, mate? That was a quick
One thing. You bloody bastard.
That was a very quick. That was a very quick avatar and name you. How are you, mate?
I think I know.
Right. You all right?
All right, John.
Yeah.
All right, Mousecat.
Oh, John.
I had a dream about Mousecat and Mrs. Me in it.
Go on in.
Night before. Can't remember much of it, but I woke up with a raging boner.
First time in about 13 years, isn't it?
Well, I hope I didn't let you down. That's the main thing.
You didn't let me down. I was just thinking the other night about there's nothing on your channel. You know what I mean? So I'm glad something's coming on now. Because I was thinking.
Listen, I sent you a nice long message a little while ago. It's kind of fallen through with my mate that I was going to do it with, the actual sort of point of my channel. So, I mean, while I've got you on here, I'll just ask you here, not putting you under pressure or anything, but if you want to be my co-pro, my co-presenter on it, because you've got a bit more knowledge for me for the early stuff, and I've got the knowledge for the later stuff. But if you wanted to make a go of it and schedule something regularly, you'd be up for it, my man. I'd be more than, I'll be very happy.
Sweet. You want to do
We're talking.
I can't dox myself.
No, I know you can't dox
I've got a
yourself.
foot in both worlds, so I can't dox myself because I've already almost done that, and it really caused a lot of problems.
Yeah, well, I think I might be the only person here right now in this chat, in the chat room, and in the stream here, who's actually seen a picture of you. Now, it's a very young picture of you when you were serving, but I think I'm the only one who knows got any idea of what you look like.
There's no pictures of me on the internet at all. Nothing.
Well,
I read it about 10 years ago.
You must have purged that one because you were like, right, this is going up and it's coming straight back down again. But this was me 20 years ago. And you've got your top off, and I must say you had a decent build.
What's you showing us pictures of you?
Nah, mate.
I was waiting to see a picture of you.
You see me every fucking week.
Talk about my sexy body.
Oh, yeah. Now, if I only do it from up here, everyone thinks I'm normal.
I ain't got a body like that anymore, unfortunately.
No, I don't think any of us fucking have we?
Mousecat's got a proper fit body. I've seen it.
Yeah, but he's out there fucking
grafting, isn't he?
He's grafting.
I was grafting.
He's built like Garth, mate. He's got arms like Garth.
I really haven't. No, but I've done a lot of physical work over the years. So you're wrong
side of 60.
Me? No,
sorry, you're right side of 60.
57. Or 57 or 58. I'm quite sure.
Fuck me, no, you're doing all right, mate. You're doing all right. You get out there in the sun and you go like perma olive, mate.
Well, I do tend to go like that, yeah. I mean, the thing is, though, the only problem with that is when the more you do that, the more you actually age, because the sun takes it out of your skin, doesn't it? So yeah, you know, I've done plenty of that all my life. So yeah, it's just that's the only sort of downside of it. It's not like having your top off out in England, is it? It's if you're out there all year in summer, in sort of, I don't know, 40 degree, you're going to end up with skin cancer or that shit. So you've got to be a bit careful.
Nah, be all right. Nah, be all right. Baby oil.
Fuck, you got to die of something, ain't I?
Yeah.
I mean, look at Abdul there, sat down there. He's perfectly bronzed, sat there with his fucking bowl of cow shit.
Yeah, lovely. Lovely. Lovely.
How's your Livy?
She's all right, mate.
Yeah.
She's all right. Yeah, she's all right.
Good.
A bit womany at the moment. Know what I mean?
Well, they're allowed that once a month. The 28th of Mayhem, as I used to call it.
Is your cat, is it still going?
My cat, Bonnie cat, yeah.
Bloody hell.
She was having a punch up with a little one like about an hour ago. Proper punch up with her.
That's what we need to find all the odds here, right?
Yeah. Yeah, they told me she was going to die. They said we'll put her down because she's on her way out now. She's got like days to live in November.
It's the little one. It's the little one that's keeping it going.
That's what Jake said that as well. Yeah, I actually think that now.
I've heard of that before.
And the thing is, right, I'll tell you, you know you hear Rags' cat all the time. Do you know that cat's 21 this August?
The Rags cat, 21. Well,
Oh, we need to find out what's going on in that cat's DNA and somehow get it into us.
Yeah.
What, so we can go back to being 21 again?
Oh,
No, not 21. Most of my dreams, I'm 21.
21.
Yeah, I'm DJ. I mean, I'm walking through nightclubs and it's like, hello, fucking having the time of my life. Yeah, I don't dream about the last 10 years.
In my mind, I'm 21.
Fucking hell.
In my mind, it was real.
In my mind, it was real. Yeah. Yeah, fucking hell. So, listen, we will speak offline in our thingy, and we will get like the first episode of this now.
Did you see the DJ Vibes interview the other day on what's Billy Bunter's channel?
No, but I see some geezer, I think his name's Dodge Woodall, interviewing Billy Bunter.
Yeah, I said fuck. I can't be arsed with all them. I don't like Bunter much anyway. It's fucking. I've had a row with Bunter and Slipmat.
I just find the story, you know, because he started at Dalston, didn't it? The Four Aces and all that. I do find all that stuff fascinating, but I don't, you know, I don't necessarily.
No, for the scene, I'll bow down to them. Without a doubt, I bow down to them. But when I was a drunk still, I had my problems with them. I was doing all sorts online with them. Naughty. But Vibes, he's Vibes from my manor. He's from Stamford.
Yeah, old Shaney came out to my house one night, fucking still on it, mate. Still wanting beans.
Oh, Vibes.
Yeah.
Oh,
but he's had art.
No, it weren't art attack. No, it weren't. He talked about it on the thing. It was like an abs exploded or something.
Oh.
Yeah.
I still wouldn't. I doubt I'd still do ease after that. To be fair.
Yeah.
I ain't years, mate.
Yeah. You still get people my age. I know one bloke who still goes out and probably does it once every couple of months. He still goes out to clubs and that. And I'm like, really? He's married.
On my channel, my real life channel, I've got the blokes our age on there all the time going, I'm going out this weekend, I'm going out this, oh yeah, I'm going to get right on it. And I just think, I sit back and go, oh yeah, have a good time. And I think, you fucking, what are you doing, mate?
I can imagine.
I've always said this.
You saw someone of 40 in a club when you was like, when I was sort of anything up to about 25. I saw someone in the club at 40. I just think, that's sad. That's sad.
Exactly the same as me. Be in the raves and that, and it'd be like 50 and 60-year-old having it, and it'd be we'd all just be looking at him going, what the fuck are you doing here, mate?
Do you know what though, right? From a DJing point of view, right? I reckon I've still got like a 6-hour mega set left in me, like from midnight till 6 in the morning. I reckon
because you're a bantamweight, mate. It's because I do 3-hour sets like 3 times a week.
Ooh.
Yeah, because I'm hardcore, mate. I'm hardcore.
Yeah, but you're not on that track, are you? Respect to the following. It doesn't go John Palmer hardcore.
Doesn't say John Palmer.
Hardcore.
Yeah, you'll be doing. What did the old? They said they're Bangla. Yeah, you'll be doing Bangla.
Yeah, Bangla.
Yeah.
No, his latest mix on SoundCloud is called Jam to the Bangla Volume 3.
Tunes, yeah.
Downloadable, all good fucking streaming sites.
Yeah.
Ugly Truth said sorted for OAPs and Wiz.
Yeah. So without doxing yourself, Mr. John, without doxing yourself, right? So when you say you do 3 hours, you're saying you're online doing a 3-hour set streaming online somewhere, yeah? Or without doxing, is that what you're saying, yeah?
I do 3 hours live on the radio, yeah.
Oh, right. That's cool.
That's internet radio, yeah?
Yeah.
It's actually streamed FM somewhere, not in Britain, though.
Right. And you got a big audience? What's the sort of...
It used to be massive, but what's happened now, because it's my station, when I started it, there weren't... All right, because we started it, me and my missus, she's the backbone behind it.
You're just a fucking monkey, mate. Ain't you organ grinder talking?
I am, yeah, I am. I'm just... Yeah, because there weren't nothing about, like, a couple about, and so we started that only because... I'll tell you how it started. I'll tell you how it started. I just got back into it. I just bought decks again after coming out of the Navy and that. Started buying records again. I just got back into it. And I used to go on them online forums. And I got to know loads of them. And that's where I was slagging off Slipmat and that.
Did you ever go on Ush.net, United States of Hardcore?
Something like that.
Yeah.
But it wasn't that. And I got chatting to someone. He went, I've got an online station. Will you come and play? I went, yeah, sweet. Like, what do I need? And what times you got? He went, what time do you want? I went, Friday, 8 o'clock till it was 6 o'clock. Friday, 6 till 8. He went, yeah, all right then. Oh, fucking sweet, mate.
Mm-hmm.
I started that, and then I took it over with someone. And then the geezer I took it over with went, I can't do it, mate. I've got it. It was his. He went, can you look after it? So me and my missus started looking up, paying for it and looking after it. And we built it up and we filled the schedule up. We had like 30 people on there every week.
Very cool.
Right up. And there were hundreds of people like tuning in 7 nights a week.
I'm not going to say the name. Can you tell the name or do you not want to?
The name what?
Of your station?
This one was called Stress Factor. It don't exist anymore.
Right. And you knew you don't want out there?
No, because I don't want it doxed, man. You
don't need that crossover, do you?
No,
I think I've got it, haven't I? I've got the app, haven't I?
You have, yeah. Most people that I talk to on the quiet know it.
Yeah.
But
And what's your age group? What's your age group of your average listener?
our age.
Right. So it's
We've
you're
had
doing
DJs. We got a 60. How old is he? 68-year-old playing at the moment, and our youngest one was 14 or 15.
Yeah, I see them on YouTube every now and then. I'll go through and one will come up because I do listen to them, and I'll listen to a set. And there's a couple. There's one young girl. She's only about she's about 14, 15, and she's brilliant. She's excellent. I can't remember what her name is now. And there's another geezer. Oh, that's right. It's her and her dad. And then sometimes she does the odd one, but then a lot of the time he does because he does the scratching as well. And it's they're good. They're good. There's a few of them actually on YouTube.
That's what I was saying. I mean, we started here, it was nothing, and it built up hundreds. We're getting hundreds. And then this geezer that we were doing it with come back and went, "Oh yeah, this is good. Right, you can fuck off now." No.
Do you want to know something mental, boys? Right? Yeah. So you lose your hardcore in 1992, yeah.
Yeah.
And you're still into it now.
Yeah.
33 years later, yeah. Take 33 away from 1992, you're in 1955.
I think that all the time. And I look at like drum and bass, because drum and bass is massive now. Like still, it's been going like nearly 30 years, and I think what other music's been going that big from 30 years and still good with the kids?
See, drum and bass was a weird one because I remember when it really came in. And
I've got to go out to Bob's.
Oh, was it not well?
Well, yeah, it's vomited everywhere. They couldn't wash machines, so I'm going to bring it
Give us
down
a shout if you need me, yeah?
Yeah, right. I'm only going to pop in.
Good luck, Mrs. Erskine.
See you later, Mrs. May.
See you later, darling.
Oh, it's Bob down the road. He's not well. He's not well. And he's stuck indoors in a bed and don't know how long he's got. But she.
Oh dear.
What's he palliative?
Anyway, we're getting back to that. Yeah, sorry. So when you had that drum and bass came in, I was a bit shocked by it because we were still doing Happy House and you know everything else in between, garage and all that. And then this then the drum and bass came in, and I liked a bit of it. But sometimes you went into some clubs and it was just drum and bass all night. I couldn't do drum and bass all night. I mean, is that something? That was a slightly younger group who were into that. So would that have been your side?
What year is this? What year are you talking about?
When did drum and bass really sort of kicked in? Around about 93?
93, 94.
Yeah. They were still calling it hardcore. It was
hardcore, jungle techno,
drum and bass. Yeah.
So basically, right up until like 1992, anything from that sound, whether it had a dark sound to it or it had a happy sound to it, all just come under the umbrella of hardcore, right?
That's
and
right.
Then you started to get the different DJs develop their own sounds and built up their own studios.
Well, in 92, I mean, I think people like 4 Hero and things like that, they were making that jungle sound.
And manic.
Hardcore, but they were calling it jungle, like the names of the tunes, jungle. So it all coming overlapped, and then it kind of
94 to me was the real split between your happy hardcore and your jungle, which went on to become drum and bass.
And then you had your speed garage and all that other stuff.
That was a bit later. That was like 97, 98.
Was it right? Okay. Yeah.
I'd say it was earlier than that. I'd say it was about 95, 6. Yeah.
What about like ice cream records and that?
I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you something, John. Did you know this? You know that I think is one of the earliest jungle tracks ever, which is Lenny D. Ice, We Are E, which came out in 1991, right?
Yeah.
It was actually first released in 1998 on a 4-part EP.
1998 or 88?
1988.
Yeah.
And obviously, jungle, I found out, came from, John, see if you know the same story with me. Now, jungle were parts of Jamaica that were like rough. If you lived in a rough part of Jamaica, you lived in the jungle.
I ain't got a clue where the name come from.
This is what I heard someone describe it as the other day. And obviously, if you think of all of the Jamaican influence which became jungle, all of
I just thought because they were all jungle bunnies.
Well, yeah, I mean, we did, didn't we? But you know what I mean? There is... But, you know, if you listen to things like Baptized by Dub, fucking Dub War, Dance Conspiracy, Never Better Tell About a Ragamuffin Business Hunting, and all that, all them samples that were from the old
You do that too well. You do that too well.
I'll tell you how I do it too well, because I've listened to it too many times. But it's a fucking track, though. Do you still play it?
Yeah, of course I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it all. I love it all. I love it. My missus has gone right off. She still loves it, but she's gone right off it. She doesn't want to hear it when I play it. It's turn that down. I don't want to hear it now.
Turn that noise down. She puts that Chaz and Dave track on. Turn that noise down.
Yeah. It's like having my mum in the house now.
The thing is, yeah, right. That music, I was saying like 33 years ago, from 1992 was 1955. You were right in the middle of we're going to rock around the clock tonight. To that in 33 years, okay? Our parents didn't get it. They just thought it was fucking noise.
Yeah, 100%. I remember, Close Your Eyes, the remix that's got the Beatles in it. No, Asen, Close Your Eyes.
Close your eyes.
On it. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun.
Oh, here comes the sun.
I bought that in 1992. I was raised home because I lived round the next road from the record shop. Run upstairs, wax it on the record. I was playing it. I'm going, yes, mate, this is a tune. And that bit come in, and I just heard my mum go, ruined a beautiful song of all.
Well, it's usually them bits that got sung in the high pitched Donald Duck voice, isn't it? So I mean, that's
see that to me though, that was part of it, and John knows my feelings on this. Like we were talking about Voodoo Ray the other day. You remember? Yeah. Bum 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 bum. Now the sample Voodoo Rage. It was meant to be Voodoo Rage, right?
Oh.
And it was taken from an old Derek and Clive album, Voodoo Rage. But the sampler was so basic, it cut the end bit off. So it sounded like Voodoo Ray. And that's just what they went with.
Someone say that before, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a massive track when that came out. That was really,
track.
That was the crossover track. That was a crossover track between Acid and House.
That was Acid House. That was 89 on Warlock Records, yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
You're not going into my missus's. I was saying to her the other night, when I had that thing on with Vibes, she can't stand listening to them all because she goes, they all talk bollocks, they're all talking shit. I go, well, you know all these people because you used to go out with them all. You know them all. Why don't you sit down and we'll talk about them and put it? Nah, I can't be bothered. That's all in my past. I don't want to know about it anymore.
Well, see, my past is my future as well. It's I will never ever forget that. Like when I say I dream of those years. They were so formative for me.
If you do this channel, is there any way you can actually sort of like set up some tracks and tell your history between some tracks? Let's say you had like
I believe there is now
10 tracks maybe, and then tell little stories in between. And you can even put the list of tracks because I know you're not going to be able to play them, are you?
Yeah, we're not going to be able to play. We're not going to be able to play all the tracks. We're going to be able to play little excerpts of the tracks because we are doing reviews and we're doing criticism about it. Yeah,
that will get you views, mate. That will get you massive views. I tell you now.
Well, you're my partner in it, so fucking hell. Yeah. But you're not allowed to use that avatar. But yeah, we're going to do that. I'm going to go into like.
What are you talking about? Banjo.
Yeah, jam to the bangra.
10 tracks over a certain time period. Maybe do 83. I want to say 83. So do Well, no, you could probably do
We'll
one.
probably start, if John agrees, around about 1988.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Yeah,
87.
yeah.
I'm looking into 87 because.
And the thing is, what I want to do is, I want to do what's called a sample chain. So I want to be able to show people where this sample came from that, and then they sampled that to get that, blah 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 blah. Yeah.
Are you going to do it live, or are you going to do it pre-recorded?
I think maybe we could do a couple of pre-recordeds first, John, and get them in the bag, and then we could do a test stream that we don't put out live, but we'll try it live where I've got all the samples lined up. And if it all works out, it all works out. And I think we do it live because I like the live reaction, you see.
Yeah, sweet.
See, something I've watched, you know, and I don't remember like all the different, you know, I just remember the music. So I'll go on. I've got the music, but I don't necessarily know who done it, what it was. You know, I know a lot of the mixes because a lot of it.
You know what? Sorry. I got carry on, Mascat. Go on.
I was going to say a lot of the mixes. I could go back through to loads of different old Motown soul and stuff that I used to know. You know, going back to sort of even stuff that was really sort of disco, and you can see where I knew. Like when I was listening to it, I knew that, you know, sort of thing, but I wouldn't say exactly. I don't know.
I think that would be absolutely wicked. I mean, because Vibes, that's what Vibes he was talking about. He started off with playing soul over in Stanford.
Yeah, with his partner in crime was a guy called Wish Doctor, who became Grant Nelson.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
Grant Nelson, who's still to this day making some of the best piano house out there.
That's right. Yeah.
You say Stanford, you're talking Stanford the Oak, aren't you?
Stanford the Oak, yeah.
Yeah. Because that's where I used to get a lot of my music. There was quite a big music thing going on over there, right?
That's right, because he run Elite FM out of his garage.
That's it. Yeah, it was all going
and you know what the beauty of this music is as well, right? It's uniquely English.
It is, yeah.
It is, yeah.
That's why I love it. That's why I love it. It's ours. They'll go.
Refuse Nick Sean up there said Asen used mainly Bond movie samples. Sorry, not band movies. Yeah, he did use a lot of Bond movies. He used both the Moonraker, yeah.
That's it.
And then the one that Robbie Williams sampled.
That's it.
And those tunes, just as a kid, as an 11-year-old, lying on your bed with your walk box, just used to blow me away, mate. I tell you.
What, a Trip to the Moons?
Trip to the Moons, yeah. Trip to the Moons, yeah.
I didn't like them. I like the B-side on the second one.
Optical Fusion.
Roughneck. No, Life and Crimes of a Roughneck. That's got some. Hey, no. Life and Crimes of a Roughneck is a B-side of Trip to the Moon Part 2.
Okay.
Serious.
Loft Groover was always a bit fucking more heavy tech, more techno based, wasn't he? If I remember rightly. But then there was a point in, like, again in 1992 where all the DJs, whether you were Cold Cops, whether you were Groove Rider, whether you were Doogle, whether you were Vibes, whether you were Master Safe, whether you were Seduction, you were all playing the same music.
Playing the same music, yeah. It up until 93.
Yeah.
But you say they played the same music. They all still had their own style.
DJSS Happy Hardcore up until 94.
What's that?
DJSS.
I mean,
the crowd pleasers. Do you remember the crowd pleasers?
Yeah, well, Vibes was making jungle, wasn't he? Look at it.
Yeah, guns and bass.
I mean, is there any way of sort of marking? I mean, when you do your thumbnails, of putting the sort of these that were about at that time. So, like obviously, you had your mixes that's between a certain period.
No, mixes were late. Mixes were 1998. I can get some Dubs and some Fido Die. That was no problem.
Mixes were before then, and you also had your Yellow Callies, and you had your
California Sunrise.
Yeah, but also you had when Special K came out, or Special K we called it first of all. So when that first came out, I always thought the music started to change and it got more moody. You know, you've got that sort of like going on. And I thought that was, or maybe it was just me, because I was taking too much K at the time. But did you see that at all? Did you find that the sort of music followed the buzz of what was around?
Well, hold it down, boys. I just got to go to the middle.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, it definitely got moodier every year. Definitely got as the years it got faster and moodier.
That's it. That's what I found. And I suppose as I was getting older, that was getting a little bit like we would go off and find places which would be a little bit more, they play something a little bit older, or it would be just more housey. So a lot of our lot used to like all that sort of piano stuff. You know, that sort of like more bouncy, because then it went into the sort of grime, didn't it?
Yeah.
And the grime, well, you know, grime was more sort of after 2000, but you know, you had that sort of what we grimy sort of sounding stuff, and I didn't really like that as much.
I didn't. No.
It did tend to bring in a certain different group that were annoying.
Where did you used to go in Essex when you went out? Where did you used to go? We used to go to. So we used to go really silly clubs where we could literally take over the whole club. So there'd be about 15 of us. So if we went to Essex clubs, and let's say this would be on a usually Friday night, and then we go up. On Saturday night we go up to either a squat in London that we're doing a rave, or we go to one of the clubs like Club Raw or the Cube, or we go at Turn Mills, or what was the other one? Mills.
That was Tall Paul's dad's club.
Yeah, I think it's all been turned into flats now.
Of course it has. It's full of people that look like fucking John's avatar now.
That's right. Yeah, and then you had the gardening club up the West End that was in Covent Garden. Used to go into the catacombs there. We used to go to one up one up Lee Bridge Road. That was another one. It was like what do they call it? Loads of funny tunnels and stuff. That was a weird one.
That was Labyrinth, wasn't it?
Labyrinth. That's it. Labyrinth.
Yeah.
4 Aces.
Yeah, Dalston.
Yeah.
Well, on the way up to Dalston, yeah, but it was on the Lee Bridge Road as you went up there. So yeah, that was cool. I'm trying to think of ones. Berwick Manor was over at
wicked little place, man. That is a wicked little place.
Yeah. No, listen, you two, you're a bit older than me, right? Do you go back even as far as like Danny Ramplin's shoe night and stuff?
My missus does, I don't.
Like when those boys like Nicky Holloway, Danny Ramplin and all that went over to Ibiza, and they brought that vibe back over to London.
My missus was over there in Ibiza with them when they brought it back.
Yeah.
I liked some of the Ibiza stuff, but I found it a little bit like, oh look, the sun's coming up, that sort of.
Cafe. I was about to say Cafe Del Nero. Cafe Del Mar.
Hippie shit. I could never be asked with anyone like that. You punts, you.
That's right. I didn't like it. That didn't do it for me. But you know, you had different rooms. That's why you went into clubs, and you could go off into the chill out.
Right, yeah.
Going on.
Now, I wanted to bring back something I didn't mention at the time. You were saying earlier, Mickey, you said it got too much, I'd go and it would do drum and bass all night. And that stuff did branch off, right? But I didn't go to my first rave until 1996 because I was only 15, right? But they were never fucking. I was tall and I had a fucking bit of a beard. But it was a Helter Skelter in Milton Keynes, right? And the way they did it is, they'd have 2 big fucking arenas. They'd have the Sanctuary, and then they'd have the Rollers Warehouse. But
I see Alternate up there.
But everyone was mixed. So you go in and so the first DJ would be Dougal, then it would be Groove Rider, then it would be fucking Vibes, then it would be Randall, and it would be it would be mixed. See, it wasn't just one musical night.
Yeah, some places you had a VIP room, didn't you? So if you knew someone, or it's like we used to knock around another lot called Sunscreen, and they used to, because they would be playing, they get to be in the VIP room. So every now and then you go to the places. The VIP room was all different. They were drinking champagne and doing champagne. Do you know what I mean? It was a different buzz.
I never did Charlie while I was raving. That only became a thing when I went clubbing.
It was.
You missed out, son.
But it was fucking crap. Charlie's the worst drug to be out on, mate. The worst drug, apart from baby ketamine.
You sort of did it in the morning to sort of like. I used to do that with orange juice. I don't know why we would. Oh no, but the orange juice was mainly vodka. So it was horrendous, really. What we were doing.
Do you know what you've just given me images of there? Being sat out your box on fucking Charlie, drinking a load of vodka orange, and it's just sitting there like battery acid.
Yeah.
I used to do Charlie when I was on the piss, because it don't matter how much you drink, you wouldn't get drunk.
Yeah. Well, we used to call it a straight. Yeah, listen, your fucking legs have gone. Go for a straightener, will you?
Yeah.
It weren't my thing, though. It weren't my thing.
It weren't mine either, but a lot of my mates did drift off that way because you know what it's like with that particular drug. What people
most of mine did, yeah.
Yeah, they all end up.
It's instant dickhead, isn't it, Charlie?
Yeah, everyone just ends up becoming sneaky, don't they? And I want to go off and sneak there like I've only got.
Yeah, and do you know what? Especially the ones who always wanted a fucking bird. You'd be like, get some fucking toot out your bag. No, I can't. I'm taking Sharon around the corner for some. Fuck me. Yeah, look, you tell your missus I'm having some blackcurrant in this one.
Good lad. You know it makes sense. Yeah,
you know what I used to do back in the day? Proper degenerate shit. This was when Special Brew was still 9%. Special Brew and Frosty Jacks, White Lightning Snake Bites. Oh yeah, that tickled your fancy, didn't it?
Yeah.
I'm drinking, boy.
Yeah, that was my big thing. I think just the drink fucking grabbed me when I got in the Navy. It grabbed me big time.
Yeah.
So was your rave period after the Navy or during the Navy or before the Navy?
Before, but then I was still out while I was in it. And then when I left, I started to go out again. And it's just fucking, this is shit, mate.
Yeah, it's changed. Yeah, well, no, you changed. Although it did change. It
did change big time, yeah. Because you could tell. Plus, being one of the old ones in a club full of people in their teens and 20s, I was like, fuck this.
Yeah, and it started to get moody as well. Whereas it was a good night out, you bumped into someone. I used to go to a club called the Palms in just off Woodford Green, and that place was very a certain way. But later on when we started going there, it was really moody in the sort of later 90s and that. So yeah, it started all changing because of crack.
But an interesting story.
It was 100%. Not it was the crack. It was the whole fucking all the blacks bringing all their problems in.
Oh yeah. Mate, do you ever remember walking through like a jungle room?
Listen, I was saying to someone the other day about this.
Crack.
I was saying to someone about this the other day because I say all the blacks in there, blah, 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 blah. But some of the best nights of my life, I remember standing on a dance floor surrounded by some of the biggest, blackest people I've ever seen, where it was all passing spliffs around and proper having it large.
You know, it was often the women that would cause the trouble, the black women. And you walk through and they want to see their husband or their boyfriend go and do something. Yeah, husband, yeah, exactly.
The loving father of their child.
Yeah. One of the many.
Honestly, like the jungle rooms used to become like Billy Blogg says it there. Listen, we all know that we've got a different funk that comes off us, right? But that black funk, the BO and crack smoke, it used to get back in my fucking throat, mate.
I didn't used to mind the crack, it was the BO though. I remember I was in the Ilford Island. I was on the Prodigy, watching the Prodigy. Out of my place, but I was on the dance floor right by the stage, and right next to me was some proper proper skanked up Rasta with the most dirtiest dreadlocks. And he was flicking them around. They kept flicking into my face.
I've been sat behind a fucking Rasta on a bus before, yeah, and I'm looking at his hair, and then all of a sudden I focus. When I have better eyes, I focus and I realise the whole thing's like a fucking David Attenborough fucking episode. The fucking animals in it.
Birds nest and shit. Oh, mate.
But that's why they get a bit of ash in it. They used to get the ash and they put it through their dreads in it, and it makes it all strong and stuff.
He keeps the birds in it because it gives him eggs in the morning.
Oh, fuck me, man. Jesus Christ. But I tell you, you're talking about something. We just go back to something quickly, right? An interesting little thing we can go down as well at some point, John, is the fact that before ecstasy and acid house, England was fucking in a really, really bad state, violence-wise, with the football hooligans and stuff. And it's pretty much a proven fucking fact now that if it wasn't for the ecstasy and Clubland, it would have got a lot worse because you had that's been thrown up non-stop by people that weren't there. You reckon? Well, what stopped it then?
Thatcher stopped it.
What the fighting?
Locking them all up.
Stop us raving.
Oh no, she didn't. Yes, no, she didn't. And that's the other thing. It wasn't Thatcher that stopped us raving. It was
criminal justice bill.
It wasn't Thatcher that put that through, was it?
It was the boring one.
That's it. That's him. What was his name? John Major.
What? So you see that as a fallacy?
What was the fallacy?
It stopped the hooligans from fucking.
No, it didn't. Thatcher locking up the hooligans and putting all the new laws in to stop hooligans and making sure stadiums had this and that. That stopped the hooligans.
Right. So you don't think he had nothing to do with it?
No. They only say that because it come in.
Yeah. They did used to still go and fight and do the match during the day. It was only in the evenings.
Exactly,
They take pills and hug each other.
Exactly, yeah. But the next weekend they're beating the crap out of each other, yeah. And football doesn't stop. It's not stopped. It still happens.
Football hooligans don't actually hate each other. They just like the fight.
Exactly, yeah. That's all it's about.
It's about setting up a fight and going to see if your firm can do another firm. It's
exactly.
When I was younger, we was into scooter boys, skinheads, and all that mods, and we used to just firm up and go down and fight another lot. But then you might have gone to school and you might be friends with them. You might meet them down the road, like you just laugh at each other, and go, "Fucking, I'm really sorry about that. It's funny." And it didn't matter, because it's just about your firm. We was all very tribal.
So that's just a fantasy then that's been put into these films. Like
Jared's absolutely right. What he's just said there as well. They're all pits, mate.
So this is just come from films like Football Factory and fucking Green Street.
It did have something. It did obviously had, because they was in there at the night and they were taking it and they was all in there. But no, it didn't fucking stop it. It was Thatcher doing all that. And then
they sort of grew out, a generation that sort of grew out of it. But you've seen that film, haven't you? There was a film put out on Telegram with Danny Dyer. And he's a football hooligan and that, and he goes off, but he's got his little cocaine problem and all that sort of thing.
Football Factory.
He calls it Dickie in it. No, it's a new film. Someone put it up there the other day.
Oh yeah, I put it up there the other day. I
watched it.
Oh, was it any good?
Yeah, but then there's the woke stuff tied into it. So all the decent people in it, all the people are all black.
That's why I reckon saved it. The bass line from Voodoo Ray. They were like, "Why are we fighting, lads? Check this bass line out." Bum, 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 bum. Listen to Derek and Clive. Voodoo, Ray.
Yeah, and that criminal justice bill, that coming 2 years after Thatcher was gone. John Major.
You know the track Out of Space, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Max Romeo.
That's what?
Max Romeo, where the vocals are from, right? The main vocals. I'll take your brain to another dimension, I think is Cool Herc or something like that, yeah? The only bit of that track that's not sampled is the intro strings. Every single bit of that track sampled, from the beats to the riffs to the vocals.
Yeah, that's how it was made. That's how hardcore was made.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Yeah, it's just
Scream if you want to go faster. Go on.
No, I stuff like that. I find amazing just with the technology that these boys had at the time. I mean, it was Ataris. The Cubase first came out on Atari STs.
Commodore.
Everything, like you heard me talking to Al Mack the other week, everything was a piece of hardware. There's no software. You had to have a rack for a squelcher or a sampler or a fucking reverb. Everything was a bit of odd in the racks.
I was purely a consumer. I used to get on the decks every now and then and upset people. But yeah.
Were you trying to mix two different types of music? Here, John, how many people have you tried to have gone to you, here, teach me what you can do? And then they grab a house record and a jungle record and expect you to make it work.
Yeah.
No, nobody. Because I let somebody go on my decks once and they fucked it up. As soon as I walked out the room, they fucked one of the decks up.
Do you know, I had a mate called Robin, right? Oh, man. I've had some women do some particularly fucking shitty stuff to me, yeah? When she left him, you know what she did? She fucking got his 1210 tone arms and bent them both up fucking right angles.
Oh, nasty.
Well, how nasty is that? Like, you've really fucked the guy there. He can't even come and have a mix.
He was doing that.
Yeah, no, you were like that. Yeah, the fucking tone arm. She just bent up, mate. Fucking full on fucking Hail Fiora.
Yeah, all right. Well, I'm going to have to listen to you guys. So when you booked it, when you starting this, Jack?
Well, I reckon what do you reckon? Within a month?
Whatever, I don't care.
Whatever, he don't care. Well, what I need to do with you, John, is I need to get you on a StreamYard like this, where we're not live, where we're just talking to each other, and work out how I can get these clips, these 10, 15-second clips.
Mate, have you looked at the channels that do that?
No, if you could send me a few,
I'll send you some channels.
Yeah, what will I need? Will I need some sort of web editor or something?
No, I don't think so. They play them off of YouTube and that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, just get them up for that.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have
I'll
to
send you some channels and you can check them out, because they get big views and they're raking it in, mate.
Oh, it ain't about that for me, mate. Fuck me. It's the one thing throughout my life that's been a constant. I've drifted in and out of so many different fucking things.
What's that? There's so many different things.
I've drifted in and out of so many different things in my life. Like, I love my F1 at the moment, but I might not in 5 years. But this is one thing I know that I've got the knowledge to be able to talk the talk and walk the walk. Like I've done it.
Yeah.
So yeah, me and you will within the next couple of days I'll get a StreamYard link sent to you. It's not going to go live, but me and you can chat on here freely for as long as we need to.
I'll tell you when's a good day for me. Saturday
daytime.
Whatever. I don't do nothing on Saturday at the moment.
All right, mate. Sounds good to me.
It's only Dangerfield that can spoil us. Because if Dangerfield's on, that's it. Everything stops, mate.
Oh, I know. He's your fucking guru, isn't he? So.
Oh, yeah. I love him.
I know you do. Hey, listen, you fucking you started the brick. You started the fucking brick top. And for some reason, I was like, oh, yeah, I'll just follow John. I'll do a brick too.
I'll follow you.
And then Mousecat followed me. He's going to have a mansion, and even the amount of fucking bricks he built by him.
I hope he does. I hope he builds a beautiful mansion out there and has loads of women doing his feet and everything.
Sounds like that's what you want, mate.
No, I wouldn't be allowed that.
Now, do you want to hang around for a little bit of what would we call it, esoteric stuff for the last half hour?
What you want to talk about?
Huh?
John knows a little bit. Well, knows probably as much as I do about, because I mean, you know all about the sort of like Hyperborea and all that other lot, didn't you?
You probably know more about it than me, Mousecat.
All right, do you want to hang around or not?
Who, me?
Yeah.
What, do you want me to hang around or do you want me to go?
Yeah, I do want you to hang around. I was just going to move it away from music so we can actually say something for the music channel.
Okay. Yeah, move away, and I'll listen to you. Cause my Willie needs.
Right. Go and have a piddle and then come back. All right.
Oh, I'm gonna have a beer. I wasn't
gonna. Right. So what I want to ask you, Mousecat, is this horse shit, as I like to call it. What are you on now? The cronies?
Yeah, I have one of those in the fridge in the bar.
I
don't know what they are. Are they strong?
About 5%. Probably down now because everything's gone down, isn't it?
Yeah, they've seen everything down, haven't they? So I wasn't going to drink this week. Fuck it, why not? Yeah,
the Cronenbergs used to be up with the Paul Wellers. Yeah,
5.2 used to be, and that's why it used to have the name Wife Beater. Well, I don't know why did it get the name Wife Beater when Super Tenants and Tenants and Special Brew were
because everyone was drinking it in the 90s, and everyone got ready. That's why.
Yeah, that's right.
That's it. I never really liked Stella. I thought it was a shit beer, to be fair.
I didn't like Stella.
What? What's the matter with you? See, Essex boy thing. You can't go out having a few Paul Wellers, mate.
We used to call them Nelson Mandelas.
Let me raise this 5.5 on the Richter scale.
It's a private Nelson bitch.
Yeah.
Thing is, when they pissed about with all the percentages, it changed the taste of Stella.
Yeah. Well, you know, Specky Brew's only 7.5% now.
What is?
Specky Brew.
I don't drink that degenerate shit.
Yeah, well, I do. Yeah, it used to be 9%. Get 4 cans of that, you'd be right ready to go out for a night. You know what I mean? You drink 4.
I used to get like these little things called gold something. They were 10%.
Gold label.
Yeah, I used to get them and make snake bites out of them.
That couldn't even be classed as a beer. It had to be classed as a malt liquor.
Where Loom is in France, I go down the supermarket there, and you just go along and they've got like they'll have a Christmas one, they'll have this one, but I mean nothing. They don't think nothing of having a 9 or a 10. I think I've even seen sort of like 12% beers at it, and you think, oh, it's going to be really strong, and usually you drink it and you go, actually,
yeah,
that's all right. But they usually
that's why I like my real wells. You go into Tesco as Sainsbury's, anywhere like that, right? They do 4 for £7, and they do Old Crafty Hen, that one.
Oh yeah.
That's 6.5. Or they do Amber's special, which is 7.3. 4 beers for £7 at that percentage. You can't go. I can't drink. I can't sit there and drink a crate of Rockshore or a crate of crate of Foster's.
No, you just end up too bloated, didn't you?
Less is more.
Yeah. Foster's is just like a school afternoon drink.
Yeah, did you know in Russia? In Russia, up to very recent times, if the drink was below 10%, it classed as a soft drink.
As it should be. As it should be.
As I said, John, it's classed as a driving beer, Foster's.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't think I've ever not driven by drinking Foster's. And what was the other one? 4X.
Yeah,
Foster's 4X.
They're all piss water. The only strong fucking lager you can get now, which is 9%, is a Polish one called Karpacki.
And Tusky, I think, is about 6%.
Nah, even that's gone down. Tusky, even that's gone down.
That looks like a Stella. Yeah,
Carlin, that was the other one. Carlin.
Great adverts though in the 90s. Do you remember the old?
I used to like them in the summer if I don't want to get absolutely smashed.
You know, that's what I call a session beer. If you want to start drinking at 12 in the afternoon and still be all right for 6, you know, be able to cook a barbecue at 6. Have a few session beers.
Mate. I mean, on a Friday night, I used to get back from the Navy to my missus' house, and I used to drink the half bottles of vodka. Yeah, I used to drink a whole one of them and a few cans of Stella, and then we'd go out.
Yeah. It's called front loading.
Save yourself a few.
I couldn't afford to go out and get pissed.
When I was in the Navy, we were skint, so we went down and we clubbed together and bought like a couple of bottles of proper like paint stripper cider.
Well, like the old White Lightning.
Well, I don't know what it is. They have different things down there, don't they?
Amiga.
They have different things down there. Different things down in
in
Plymouth.
The West Country.
Yeah.
The old cripple cock and all that. And the ceramic
that's it. Cripple cock, yeah. A couple of bottles of that between us, which is like pennies. It was like nothing. And then we'd have money to go into a club. And then once we got into a club, we'd go mine sweeping. Just pick up everybody's random.
Mine sweeping. Fucking hell. I remember doing that. Oi, mate, I got so bolshy at mine sweeping, and someone turned their back to pay for their beer. I'd have an entire pint.
Oh, that's sort of mine sweeping, right? No, I thought it meant pig filling. I thought it was another word for that. But, right, okay.
Mine sweeping when people left their
picking up people's yeah. Someone puts their drink down, you just pick it up and walk away.
Yeah. I got so fucking bullshit that, mate. Yeah, literally, they'd have like 4 pints for them and their mates, and they were paying. They'd be like, whoop.
One of my best ones was that me and my mate went out in Basildon to the club in the festival leisure place. We went into there.
Oh, that place, yeah.
We went into there. We was already both smashed. My mate comes up to me, and when he'd been to the toilet, he comes back and goes, "Look what I found. Found a wallet. It had like a few £100 in it. Fucking wicked, mate." So we drank bottles of champagne for the rest of the night.
Do you remember in the 90s, late 90s, there was this thing where Moe and Shandon did like a very small bottle, like for one person.
Yeah.
With a straw.
Yeah, they still do that. Used to sometimes get them in clubs and that. Yeah. I remember. Yeah.
Baby champ.
My mum used to drink. I'll tell you what, it's like at Christmas, the old snowballs.
I still have them at Christmas.
Yeah,
that's a sex thing, isn't it?
It is for you and your mates. You can make a pimped up snowball, like a proper cocktail with vodka and everything, in the old what's it called? Advocaat.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Apricot. It's the Dutch drink, isn't it?
It's egg, isn't it? It's egg.
It's basically eggnog, isn't it? What the Americans
It's not
call
called egg.
Yeah.
How many eggs you had tonight? 4.
It's too sweet, but I mean, this is one of the things, at Christmas, someone buys a bottle of it, or there's a bottle of it sitting there in the fridge, and I sort of I'll get to a certain point on Christmas Day, let's have some of that, try and make one. I never drink it, it's just too sweet. I don't like sweet that much. Yeah, hence the cake.
Billy Blogg says, never mind sweep. The one time I did on the way out, I spent 4 hours in the doorway not knowing where I was. Well, that's why you don't mind sweeping gay clubs, mate, because it's full of GHB.
No, that's why you do go mine sweeping.
Open your big fucking roofing.
Yeah, open. Somebody spiked it.
That's what I should say, if anyone wants to spike my drink, they're more than welcome.
First time I went into a gay club, I was so paranoid about someone spiking my drink and raping me in the toilets.
I was more just worried about going to the toilets, but yeah.
I was in there, I was proper shitting him, mate. In Vauxhall, that was in Vauxhall. Yeah, it was.
Oh my God, I reckon I know where you were then. Do you remember the club called? I think it's been called Area, and it's been called Fire, and then there's a sauna called Chariots.
Probably.
No,
yeah.
No, Chariots.
That's where I think I met you.
Chariots used to be on my going up to Hoxton, because that used to be
Chariots was in Vauxhall off that great big fucking industrial roundabout.
There might have been another one, because there was one up there where in the city, because I used to drive past and you see all the blokes coming out there on a Saturday morning when we've been out driving through London just going to work, and you see them all sort of coming out of the sauna in the morning, and there's some real sights to see there, mate. I think there might be another one in Vauxhall. There might have been.
I was drunk. I was out of my face. Person I was with took me in there, and he just went to the front of the queue, talked to the bouncer, and we just walked in there. I've never done that before. And then he went inside. I reckon he got done in the toilets. Dirty bugger.
We used to go with all the girls because it was sort of semi-safe. But apart from when there was one night we was in this club, I think I've told the story before. One of my mates, he just was so off his face, and he's dancing with this group of lads, what he thought, and they've all sort of stripped down. He took his top off and everything. He's like, and they was all cuddling that. And he went to the bar and he's going, really nice bunch of lads. I went, have a look around you in this place. He looked around, he went, I said, this is a gay club. He went, for fuck's sake, mate. He's going, no. I didn't know.
Fucking hell.
They was all beckoning him to come back.
I was with this bird for 3 years. She's fucking mental as well. It was right during my fucking addiction days as well, on the old fucking brown and that. And she used to be an artist for Trade. Trade every week used to have different decor and all different backdrops and everything. She used to go and do all the artwork and that up there. So all of her mates were quags, all of them, but they had the best of everything that you wanted. Yeah. Have you ever met Gay Mafia?
No. I know they're pretty good music. It was a good night.
Gay Mafia, mate. They are fucking some of the hardest cunts around, and they run a lot of the drugs around London.
No, I've never heard of it. I mean, I've seen outside Madame Jojo's in the Soho in the morning, and probably Dangerfield will attest to this, but you'll get a fight either with the taxi drivers or just two trannies kicking off. And this was back in the 90s. And I'll tell you what, when you see some of them trannies go, they're like some of them big blokes, and if they get their boots off and they're trying to get them great spikes into each other. It's quite vicious. So.
Oh yeah, the trannies will always show you what they are when it comes on top. How many times have you seen them where they drop the falsetto and they're like, "It's mom."
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty esoteric, wasn't it?
Yeah, well,
it is what it is. Come on, I mean, like, you know, I think you should keep it open a bit of everything, and maybe like you have different guests on, you talk about different things, but just keep it away from or keep it very light on the political side, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because, you know, we can get that everywhere, and it's depressing, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it does get you. What about you, John? Do you get black pill?
No.
What stops you from being black pill? Very, very, very honest answer there.
No, nothing gets me black pilled. I've hated this country for 20 years. And after people in it. So nothing black pills me.
Oh, fair enough.
My missus gets really upset all the time about it. Really upset. But I'll just laugh at it. I couldn't give a toss. Couldn't give a toss. When this place burns, I'll just be sitting there smoking a cigarette and laughing.
Do you still smoke fags?
No, but I will for that.
Get back on them. He's got 20. Just
I might give myself 20 embassy for that as well, you know.
And a cocktail.
Instead of smoking these very gay-looking fucking robot cocks.
Yeah. But the whole thing is, it's one great big. I told you so. That's the thing about it. I suppose that's probably the best way to be, because you can't stop it.
No, you see, you can't stop it. You can't stop it. And what are you going to do? Twist yourself up in knots because another person's been stabbed and raped by a person that shouldn't be here.
I can't wait to see the old Pakis and the Indians kicking it off in the streets. I'm going to.
Oh, that's going to be brilliant.
No, it's going to be a lot worse when they kick off over the cricket.
Yeah.
They want to kill each other.
Yeah. Oh, we've got that coming up as well. Of course, yeah, because summer's coming, isn't it?
So that's when it'll kick off, when the cricket starts.
Oh, I've predicted weeks ago we're in for a long, hot summer of race.
The government's saying that. The government's saying that.
But I said it before them cunts.
The government is a proper kicking off about the white people, the British people are going to be kicking off this summer.
But that would be even funnier if it isn't us and we just sit and watch them, because I mean it does our job for us, doesn't it?
I've said this: if there ever was a race war in this country, the white people ain't got a chance. The white people won't even be in it. They'll just be the victims, because all the black and brown people will be shooting and stabbing each other. Yeah.
I watched the stream the other night about it. Some geezer called Joel did a thing, and he's got his bug out bag ready. He's ready for the race wars, you know. Now it's all going to.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Fuck, a bug out bag. What's he got? A fucking little penknife.
Penknife.
To live round by my old man. Like my old man, their sons and their grandsons have got shooters. They're strapped all the time.
Yeah. Well, he had a bit more than that, but yeah. Shame on there.
Have you got your MRE ready? That's the main. Have you got the 2,000 calorie a day MREs ready?
You know, I've got some of that. I've got a little camp stove and some gas to plug it in, and I've got a little kettle.
I've already picked out the people I'll end up killing and eating. Sorry, not killing. This is in Minecraft, of course.
Yeah,
I've already worked out my victims, and they're all pretty big. They ain't getting away.
You're much the same as me. I mean, I wouldn't bother. I'd just go and steal it off people.
Well, that's the thing. I remember watching it was a Channel 4 thing, like when the grid went down, if the grid goes down, right? And it's 3 days after no electric, and some geezer, he's like to his family, "Oh, you get the generator out of the shed." Oh, pulls the generator out. There's a couple of fucking Indians looking over the fence, just going to nick his generator.
Just rob everything off there. Yeah. And then you find out who your preppers are. I said this on an American channel. I said first thing I'll do is I'll find out all the preppers because I think I know where they all are, and I'm going to go and rob all their stuff. And the Americans all went mad. They went, "No, you couldn't do that here. You'd end up getting the end of that." And, you know.
Yeah, well, you couldn't do it there. If they were fucking strapped, you couldn't do it there. What have we got? Nothing. You're not even allowed fucking pepper spray. And this is the thing I'm going to say, right? Obviously, this is all in Minecraft, yeah. But for anyone listening, get yourself a pepper spray because especially if you're a woman, but what's worse, being charged with a pepper spray or being gang raped by a load of fucking Pajeets.
You shouldn't you just shouldn't be going out. Bloody women should be staying indoors. What's the matter with you?
You should not be going down the park and calling 10-year-olds ends.
No. In that kitchen, girl, there's things for you to do.
Yeah. Bring back the bacon and that's it, isn't it?
Listen, back in the day when I was a naughty boy, I used to literally roll with a fucking fairy liquid bottle full of ammonia. That's a firearm, isn't it? According to the law.
I used to have Jif lemons round our way. That's what they used to fill it up with, the ammonia and the Jif lemon. That was
a Rambo knife.
It is fucking absolutely shocking how we are so fucking cucked though that can't defend yourself in any meaningful way whatsoever.
Most people want it though. Most people want it though. Cable cameras everywhere and fucking look after my little Johnny went outside and he scraped his knee. Oh, the government needs to do something about that little lump in the road.
Well, we all know as soon as it kicks off or any troubles this year, that digital bleeding, what's his name, and facial recognition system will be set up by the end of the year, by the Christmas, because it's probably already set there ready. Yeah,
because people will demand it. We need it.
Yeah. That will help us. Yeah. Anyway, that's down. We ain't doing that.
Look at you. Blackpilling me.
I didn't think you got blackpill, John. I thought that just bounced off your back like a big fucking, like you're a big blue whale.
No, I like a moan. Nothing blackpills me though. I like a moan.
Ugly Truth had a flick hammer.
Hey?
Ugly Truth carries a flick hammer.
That's it. Right, listen, I'm going to carry like an apple around with me. And so this is my hatchet that I use to chop it up with.
Axe is perfect, isn't it? You can do
this is my apple hatchet.
You can carry a sock with some apples in it.
Not with these new British apples, mate.
I don't know. I've got some pretty solid apples.
Bramley apples.
And you hide it down your trousers. Sweet, mate.
What's the word? Where's your tool? What fucking tool? This fucking tool.
Down my pants.
Scum, innit?
Scum, yeah. Yeah, but not the potting shed thing, though. Not the potting shed thing.
That's my favourite bit.
I knew it would be yours. Right, boys. Should we say goodbye?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Johnny boy, thanks for jumping on. I will be in touch. We will do a Streamyard like this that's not live and discuss plans for the more musical side of this channel, which it will be. This was just a little fuck around on a Wednesday night. Appreciate everyone who's got involved, especially Abdul Ashraf Ding Ding Singh.
Thank you very much.
I'll be looking for him on X.
Yeah, he'll be. Oh, don't worry, he'll be on X, giving it fucking all guns.
Do you know I am on there, don't you?
Who are you now?
changed so many. You've been so many different people, haven't you? So it's.
You're not Mimi Katz again, are you?
What?
You're not Mimi Katz again, are you? The lesbian Jew.
No. Are you on there yet?
Yeah, I'm on now. I'm on Jack London.
Yeah, I'm on it. I follow you. Well, I followed you, John, but I'm trying to think. Yeah, I only got back on there again. I sort of had a big gap of time where I didn't go on there, and now I've gone back on it because I have to be careful. Sometimes I slip up and say stupid things. And
Reverend Benjamin Fryer is my name.
Reverend Benjamin Fryer. There you go. Everyone follow it at Reverend Benjamin Fryer. Is he Is he part of the conclave? Is he just going to be choosing the next pope?
I've got some good followers. I've got some good people following me. I've got Jada. She follows me.
Yeah, well, don't mention that name to Toffee because that's it. That will be in fucking
that girl, that blonde in the belly of the beast. She follows me.
I like.
Yeah, she follows me.
Yeah, I listen to her thing, and she can get quite arsy, you know. I see her. She does a thing I think twice a week or once a week with a group.
Yeah.
But she has to go. She'll chat with you in the chat in that. She's not like stuck up.
No, she's not stuck up. So she's a good girl. She's one of us.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, no, I like her.
Toffee, tell Jada to phone me.
Tits Magoo. Right, boys, thank you so much for jumping on, and I will see you both really soon, especially you, John. And Mickey, you take it steady, my friend.
See you, Nora.
Take care, boys. See you later.
See you later, mate.
Good night, lads.